Greetings! Greetings. So welcome once again to Kingdom Hearts Commentary Project. Before I'll get started with Part 3 Wonderland. Just a tiny bit of review regarding Traverse Town. So basically, this is where Sora kickstarts his adventure, and more or less we are introduced a little bit more regarding the nature of our situation here, and what the enemies are, the Heartless, and the key character to all of this was Ansem, aka Xehanort in the future games, and we're also introduced on how to solve the problem. And that's the power of the Keyblade. So some points to take note of. Heartless, some points to take note of. Heartless are those without souls, I guess. Right? Yeah, that's what is according to my notes, but basically, the way the hearts are symbolized in the game, or at least the way they talked about it, it's like almost similar to, if we're comparing it to what you know of in real life, it's basically, if Kingdom Hearts is a bit more honest, if it's not censored by Disney, I would say the heart would really mean as if it's a soul to us. So that's basically probably what a heart is. And we've it's not going to be in here, but in Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 2 and Days, and the conclusion of it is by Dream Drop Distance, we're sort of introduced to the, no, not introduced, but we sort of get the preview. Chain of Memories sort of explains more of it, a bit, the components of, or what are some of the things that compose the heart, such as memories. And by Kingdom Hearts 2 and Days and by Dream Drop Distance, you sort of get an idea what the nature of the heart is, and whether certain beings have hearts, like the nobodies. But since that's still far away, that's stuff for Kingdom Hearts 2 and Chain of Memories, that's probably talk about them later. So that's the main takeaway from Traverse Town, I guess. And I'll head over and start Wonderland soon. Let's see. Also, by the way, I'm not sure if I'll actually be continuing with the... So I think this kind of a format where I'm playing the game while making commentaries of it, kind of... I'd say... I think I have a better idea on how to work with this. I'd say I probably won't be doing this. No, I'll still make those commentaries, but me playing the game at the same time probably isn't a good idea. I think for the next streams, I'm not sure if I'll probably even be streaming them, but I'd say kind of want to record them, then then make commentaries after recording them, because I feel like I'd catch more of the content if I do it like that. But for now, for the next scheduled streams, I'll be playing the games. But for the next... Should I schedule even a stream? I'll think about it. But basically, I want to record the game and then just make comments from the recording. Then after that, I'd probably do like a whole summary video of what the game is basically trying to tell us. But right. But for now, I'll go play. So we're heading over to Wonderland. Always been on the lookout during flight. Always be thinking after flight. Your journey will be documented until you reach your destination. Okay, we got that. Basically, the trick to there's not really a lot of things you can do to kill the ship. With Kingdom Hearts 1, right? If I remember correctly, you could probably stay in the same position and just hold on for... Yeah, just hold on to the fire button, I guess. Oh yeah, this is good. Basically, I guess with Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, there's not really a straight pathway to like go to the worlds, unlike say, starting with Northwest 2, it starts with only the player. That starts becoming like birthplace. With Kingdom Hearts 1, there's not really an indication of which world you're supposed to start, if I recall correctly. Okay, let's start. Ah, right.
あの方きっとお待ちかね。急いで行かなきゃまた叱られる。今度はわしの首が飛ぶ。ひっちゃかめっちゃか遅れちまって歩いてたには間に合わない。
If I recall correctly, this is, I'd say Alice in Wonderland is pretty popular in Japan. If I recall correctly, it's what? Alice in Wonderland is one of those first isekai adventures. Yeah, it is one of the first isekai popular classic isekai adventures, I should say. Better push this first. Zara's too big. Okay.
どうしてあんなに小さくなったんだろう。
お前さんが大きいだけさ。あんまり大きな声だから目が覚めちまった。おはよう。おやすみ。もう少し寝かしとくれ。
待てよ、どうすれば小さくなれるんだ。
薬があるじゃないか。そこにさ。
Okay, for that. So we want to talk to this guy first, though. Okay, there's nothing to talk about there then. Actually, I've never read Alice in Wonderland before, nor watched. Wait, I think I've watched Alice in Wonderland, the Disney version, but man, that's a long time ago. Barely can remember what the story was all about.
ただいまより開廷する。
裁判をするの？どうして？
裁判長はハートの女王陛下。
この娘が今回の事件の犯人であることは間違いない。なぜなら私がそう決めたんだから。
そんなのってないわ。
被告アリス、何か言いたいことがあるかね？
あります。私悪いことなんてしてないもの。女王だかなんだか知らないけど、あなたみたいなわがままな人今まで見たことないわ。
おだまり。この私を怒らせる気かい？
なんだかかわいそうだな。
僕らは他の世界に参上したの。そう、それはダメなんだよね。
判決を言い。
So you see that comment over there? That always pops up in almost every Kingdom Hearts games with I'd say every main Kingdom Hearts games. There's always that introduction, that initial I would say that initial proposition, I guess, that the way Kingdom Hearts presents it in their main games, that there's a world order set, right? So there's a set of laws within the land that's in there, and that's always kind of like I would say a subtle, almost like a subtle conflict, I would say, because it dives into the question about doing what's right, I should say. So which one? If we're doing what's right, we have to like I guess there's an order to it, I would say. So which one, if we're asking if we're doing what's right, would the right, would doing what's right be based or grounded upon the laws of the land, or what is beyond the laws of the land? So basically, the very first world, in almost in every main game, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3, always has this idea of the world order, whether to interrupt the world order or not. So, basically, that's why you kind of notice kind of gets slightly thrown out of the window once the game progresses a bit further. Because between the loss of the land and what is ultimately right, which one is supreme? Of course, what is ultimately right, right? So yeah, that's how... It's always sort of an introduction with Kingdom Hearts. Or at least the intro world once you get away from the home. There's always that note, there's always that reminder there about the order of things, I should say.
渡す。被告アリスは有罪。ハートの女王である私を襲い、ハートを奪おうとした罪である。この娘の首をはねよう。
いやよ、助けて。
ちょっと待ってよ。
なんだお前たちは。裁判の邪魔をする無礼者め。
俺たち真犯人に心当たりがあるんだ。
そうハートだ。
Yeah, sorry for the pause a little bit earlier there, because I wanted to make a comment again. Although, yeah, there's an ultimately right, doesn't mean to disrespect the law of the land, though. That's why, in some ways, Sora's reaction here is a little bit more smart. Because he's acting as if he's a sort of a resident, I guess, in this world. By not completely showing off the Keyblade or anything like that, but rather interfere within the context itself, I guess. So, by saying he knows what the culprit is, or who the culprit is, he's playing along a little bit with the loss of the land, but still aiming for what is ultimately right, I guess.
とにかくその子は犯人じゃありません。
バカをおいでないよ。なら証拠は？
Bring me evidence of Alice's innocence. Fail and it's off and it's off with all of your heads. Always with a British accent, I guess. Gather as much or little evidence as you please. Report back. I'm not gonna... probably you don't have a good accent with this. Report back here once you're ready. Wow, look at that. Yeah, to be honest with you guys, I've kind of played a little bit ahead of this just to see what's going on and what I'm gonna encounter, but I'd say with this case, I don't think I've seen this symbol with when I was looking through clips to Alice in Wonderland. I don't think they have this symbol right here. The movies, if I recall. But I know there's this one in the back, so there's that. But looking here again, you know what this reminds me? Gosh, it's so obvious that it looks like the symbol of the Tao once again. Yin and the Yang. Again, so it's a reference to divinity. Well, that's the way. I don't think the way the monarchy system worked in the West once Christianity took over after the reign of the Roman Empire. I don't think the monarch really, like the monarchies consider themselves as a how should I say this? It's not like the same as the East, where the emperors, the kings, or the rulers are considered as direct descendants of divine, I wouldn't say divine beings either, but some kind of deities, I guess. The case of the monarchs in the West, it's more like they were given like a divine right to rule, but they don't really think of themselves as, I would say, stemming from a deity of sorts. More like being destined to rule. I guess that's how I see the Western monarchs as compared to the East. The closest that the East has something like that, at least in Asia, would be China. Mandate of heaven, if I should say it like that. Like, they were destined to rule, but not necessarily saying that they stem from a divine being. Although in most cases, they are. But almost anyone can take the mandate of heaven, I guess. So, where to go? Let's talk to the characters first. Who are you? I'm Sora. I'm Goofy, and that's Donald. Pleased to meet you, but I do wish it were under better circumstances. I'm sorry you got mixed up in this nonsense. Why are you trying in the first place? Why did... This is sort of my beef with the Kingdom Hearts one. Not all scenes are voiced. I've noticed this too in Kingdom Hearts 2. There's still a lot of there's still these little bitty scenes where there's still not any voices. It's only by, I'd say, birth by sleep. There's still that one scene I remember with Aqua that has this, but it's only one port. I think it's in Snow White. But by Dream Drop Distance, pretty much everything is voiced, I guess. Crazy. I can't quite remember. You see, I found this mysterious rabbit hole. Ah. What does the rabbit hole symbolize? I guess it's sort of like hell. No, not really hell, but more like an adventure of sorts. If I recall, rabbit hole, not necessarily rabbit hole, but there's like a difference between the structure of the journey of the hero and the journey of the heroine, right? Heroine. The difference, yeah, there's like a difference between the male hero's journey and the female hero's journey. But basically, with the case of the female journey, usually in the classics, they usually happen to like fall into some kind of a place, or some kind of, I wouldn't say fall, but they enter in some kind of a dark place, yeah. Or maybe like, yeah, in the case of Sleeping Beauty, some kind of falling asleep. It's more like, but with the stories that, when characters enter some kind of a dark place, it usually represents, it's 2022 and I feel like talking about this kinda you know, with the whole PC situation, it's kind of difficult to talk about this, but whatever, I'm gonna talk about it. So basically, the dark place usually symbolizes, in relation to the female journey, it symbolizes the womb of the mother. Because usually the mother in fiction, especially classic fiction, they're usually, I wouldn't say evil. Like I said, the feminine usually represents chaos. So the rabbit hole, entering into a rabbit hole would be like entering the sea of chaos, I guess. Yeah, the sea of chaos. Yeah, Sea of Chaos, where, yeah, I mentioned it before in my grounding video. Yeah, the Sea of Chaos represents like a start of a renewal of something. But in order to renew it, there has to be like a collapse of an old order. So out of chaos, something is given birth. The queen is always right. Yeah, I've noticed when I looked at some of the clips from Alice in Wonderland, there is supposed to be a king in here. But now we're not seeing any king, we're just seeing the queen. That's... I don't know whether that's deliberate. But yeah, like I said, it's always... the feminine is usually associated with the chaos. And one such instantiation of the chaos is Mother Nature itself. And although from chaos in which a birth of a being comes about, doesn't mean it's truly kind. That's where also death occurs. And also, yeah, you know, storms, all that Mother Nature things. That's why you get, especially the classic fiction, classic fairy tales, you get that there's always this kind of sort of an evil mother archetype. Where when I say evil, I would say they're sort of a typical representation of Mother Nature. There's like a cruel aspect to them. I wouldn't say evil, but definitely something cruel. Because the aim isn't usually to destroy them. In fairy tales, it's usually either to escape them or well, just come out on the top and let the divine.
どうださあそりゃはっはっさあよし そりゃたたはへやはたよしはった どうだ燃えろ
まったく想像し落ち着いて眠れやしないわい。